Well, you've been banging and crashing all day with the Strut Slayr. I haven't managed to wrestle it off you, so I think it's down to you to tell me all about it.
Yeah, well, I've been chasing this tool around for quite some time. It's just really landed in the UK, and we've finally got our hands on it. It's ideal for anybody who's cutting lots of channel or Uni-Strut, as we used to call it, and that includes plumbers as well. And plumbers are quite probably familiar with this RIDGID brand because this hydraulic press at the back of it is used for lots of plumbing fittings, and I think they're crimping things these days as well. But new for electricians, and the great thing that we're looking forward to seeing in operation is this channel set for slicing through channel like butter.
Okay, you've been slicing it through butter because I've got loads of bits here. I'm sure we'll be able to track how many bits you've been cut later on in the video. However, this is the 42mm stuff, and it's the thicker variety. Does it do any of the sizes of channel?
Yeah, so with it, we've only got that one head here at the moment for the larger channel. You can also get the 21mm head as well, which you just quickly change out by slackening off these Allen head bolts. So the kit comes in two parts. There is obviously the hydraulic press itself, which obviously has the battery charger to go with its lithium-ion battery, and then the press head itself.
Okay, well, we've got a bench down here. I think it's about time you show me how to cut some of it.
So the Strut Slayr with this RP350 press tool isn't the lightest tool in the world, so you're not going to be using it one-handed. Probably best to be working on a surface when you're using it. So we've got this table here. The great thing about the actual press tool itself is it rotates freely around that axis, so I can place it on the table there. I've already powered it up, so we're just ready to bring some channel through the cutting head.
It's really quite satisfying when it slides. It makes a lovely noise, doesn't it? Oh, there it is. Yep.
So we're ready to cut, and then it's dead simple. Just squeeze the trigger. And there we go. We've made our first cut.
Nice and super smooth as well.
Effortless. I mean, it's obviously this battery power tool. 200 cuts approximately on the battery itself. And you'll notice, as ever on a lot of tools as well, we've got those LED lights if you are working in the dark, or perhaps the job's overrunning a little bit. It's just starting to get a little bit dark. No, it's not your turn yet. I'm going to have to show you. You haven't even got gloves on. I'm going to have to use the stand. So I'm just going to show how you assemble this onto this tri-stand from RIDGID, which is probably a better option than just using it freehand or on your knee. So just use this chain vise. So this is dead easy. Pull the chain through the end of the die set.
It's just going to lock it into position.
Into place, and you've got this little handle to wind up at the back and tighten it into place.
Is that it?
That's it. So
wow,
that's held in there, and then just bring in the press tool itself. So we've got this. Just pull this pin out on the side, clicks into place, and then we're ready to go. That's set up on the bench.
So we need to measure and mark out, and there's some clever little tips now, isn't there, for getting the exact length?
Yeah, so the easiest way is probably use this little slot here. So you can see there, you can put your tape measure in there, and this marks the exact position of the shear head.
Okay.
So I'll put that in there. You can see, run it along here. I've measured a metre length.
Okay, so it's bang on 1 metre, yep.
Yep,
Okay.
So alternatively, you can go from the end of the die set as well.
Okay, so we measure from there.
Yep, so that is 2.5 centimetres from there to the exact point of the shear head. So this is now 97.5 centimetres.
But it does cut it at 1 metre.
Well, let's have a check. We're going to just press and go. Love that mechanism.
So we measure this one out. We're going to find that we are 1 metre in length.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so that was nice and simple, wasn't it? And the ends, again, we've said before, you don't need to file them, do you?
No.
So that end, we've cut this end, it'll be super smooth.
Yeah, so this is the original Uni-Strut, but this is actually their new faster assembly version because it's actually punched on 3 sides.
Okay, when you say Unistrut, it's actually channel and only one company can call it Unistrut?
This is the original Uni-Strut, that's what it says on the side.
Oh, hang on, let's have a little look. Yeah, Unistrut, okay.
So let's just try it on some other types of channel. Other types are available. Let's just
so whip this one out of the way.
That out of the way.
What are we going for next?
So here's some just plain solid channel.
Okay. But we'll have to call it channel because only one company can call it Unistrut.
That's right. So the interesting thing, the shortest length is set by this head here. You can't cut shorter than this die assembly there.
Okay, do you want to show me that by just bringing it all the way in? So if you push it all the way in, so that's...
Yeah, so you wouldn't be cutting less than that.
Okay, so it's got to be
need that support, and you'll see it sort of jacks against that as it cuts.
Okay, that makes sense.
So this is a fully solid channel, no slots. So again, like a knife through butter.
Yeah, we do like that.
Again, nice smooth edge. Just for completeness, I've got another again. So
I got the holes in it. Yep.
yeah, so this is slotted, but just on the rear face.
And you can only get it in one way, kind of, because it fits in through the die. So we're always cutting on that edge there. Yep.
Yeah. So again, let's cut this.
What are we going to do to length?
20 centimeters.
20 centimeters. So we're hooked into there, and we're looking for 20 centimeters on the end.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you about there? Happy with that? Okay. Press the trigger. Something immensely satisfying about it, and that final little click. Yeah.
Dead easy. Now we'll just try some. That's heavy gauge channel, up to 2.5 millimeters thick. It won't cut. It won't cut stainless steel, so you have to find an alternative tool. Back to the old methods for doing that. So this is some light gauge channel.
Okay. So let's just see you coming through. Yep.
Which again is obviously not as. It's a bit looser in the die set because there is some movement there.
Okay, less material. Yep.
Yeah. Let's have a try on that. There you go. A nice clean cut.
Yeah.
So the key to getting it in the die itself is obviously to make sure the end of the strut itself is clean. Sometimes when you've had it delivered, should we say the delivery driver's bashed it around a little bit, or someone on site's clanking it around, and put about 3 rolls of sellotape on the end. That's the only things that can stop it going into the
and we found that with our first delivery, didn't we, that we were struggling to get it in until we saw how many dents were in it. So in order to get through that die there, okay, yeah, we need to be reasonably straight on that end. I know it's on the back of the Strut Slayr where we turn it on. I noticed the Bluetooth symbol, so does that mean that we can get the radio when we're working on site?
There is no radio in this. This is like a lot of high-end power tools we see these days. There's an accompanying app, Gary.
Okay, so we're collecting emojis for the number of cuts. Is that the idea?
Yeah, so I'm just powering up the tool itself, and then I'm going to connect using the RIDGID Link app. And we should see that display go blue. And then I can get information about the tool, so you'll see straight away the number of cycles that it's used, and we can see the what we've done today. So we've done 19 cuts today.
Oh, we've been busy, I see. We've been busy.
So that's not well, not necessarily to keep tabs on people on site as to how much productivity and work output they're doing, but if this was in a higher situation, you might charge by the cut. Also useful for maintaining the tool to check how many cycles it's done. You might need to change the blade or other general maintenance, and you can also get obviously nearest service centre and obviously support documents for the tool itself. So that all important instruction manual that you probably lost when you originally got the tool.
So I think that was pretty conclusive, Gordon. You had a lot of fun there with the Strut Slayr. However, I've heard from electricians now who are going back through their insurance policies for renewing them, that actually the hot works element of their policy has been removed and they're having to pay extra for it. Where does the Strut Slayr fall within that hot works permit?
Yeah, that's sneaked up on a lot of people, so it'd be good to get your opinion if that's affected you. But as you've seen here, we didn't see a lot of sparks flying around when we were using this, so it's likely to fall outside of the requirements for hot works. And I'd add to that, you know, in the past we've used the bandsaw to cut that, and obviously you get quite a bit of dust.
You do.
And that obviously affects people who are working in those data centres, along with those zinc whiskers that we hear quite a bit about. And what's that other method that some people are still using, Gary?
I think they're using the angle grinder, but what method are you using to cut Uni-Strut? Only if it's the right manufacturer or channel. We'd love those comments below. Have you watched this video and you've decided the Strut Slayr is the way forward? We'll leave a link in the description as well for that, and we welcome all of those comments.
Yeah, and well, possibly, Gary, thinking, you know, you could possibly do a head-to-head with you and the old hacksaw, because I know that's your preferred method of teaching students.
I edit these videos, I won't be leaving that in, will I?